Womp womp. Measurehead, I am new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races there are.
Do you?
This is for the thing.
What thing? We already got in the harbor. You just want to hear about races, don't you?
You are obviously a liberal, Sailorite.
What?
A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself.
I hope this doesn't make my character become
There
a
are
racist.
3 categories of race.
Jesus Christ.
The heroic races, Tibet, the servile races, and the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty.
What is
Which
pederast?
one do you need education on?
The vile CF race cauldron of pederasty, please.
I knew you would go straight for the vile cauldron. Everyone does.
Ugh, come on, man.
You need to first learn about Type A and B to appreciate the depravity of the chimeric races.
Did you just mean mixed race people?
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, it just won't make any sense.
Yes, it would seem nonsensical.
Fine, type A then.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course.
Of course.
The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile.
Bruh.
They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding. A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades in Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Okay, got it. Who are type A then, in your view?
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina,
Okay, yeah.
the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensities. The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race.
What?
True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem.
He draws his finger across his face.
Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food,
What?
which in turn only produces more sebum.
This is Mexican people listening to mariachi and eating minced meat? And beans, probably? And they're overproducing sebum, of course, everyone knows what that means. And who are the Semonese and Areopagites in
As
this?
proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde.
In retrograde?
Simonese and the Areopagite are on the ascent.
What's the difference between the Semonese and the Areopagites?
The Areopagites are sleek,
Pagites.
long-headed.
Long-headed?
Simonese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor.
I fucking hate the
unchanged
morphotypes.
Since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
He falls silent, contemplating the beauty and the mystery.
The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite, or Simeopagite super race. That is all. There are no more Type A races in the world.
Okay, tell me about Type B, the servile races. I'm sure this is gonna be
They
fine.
are the unheroic races.
Okay.
Amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Koikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
The Koikos of Grab, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white officer in a suspect description.
You said Koishkos. I've been trained to identify them as white in official descriptions.
Yes. To an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into
That's
their
me.
eyes and you
Hammy
will
boy.
see. They are of an indistinct color,
Uh-huh.
and so is their skin. Unhealthy, muddy, and ashen. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking Al-Rul and smoking the degenerate tobacco herb, and for eating potato.
Just to be clear, so pinkness, possibly ruddiness, it's a racial quality. Only the warlike can gain this skin hue, whereas the weaker white races haven't, because they love drinking booze, smoking tobacco, and eating potatoes. This seems like a vicious attack on the British and Irish in particular. Europeans, actually quite a lot of Europe.
The Koiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potage.
What's wrong with
The
potato?
only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
What is your beef with potatoes, my guy?
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
You don't like ethnostates?
They are microscopic.
Oh,
The Semeno-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary
the entire crust?
uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Semenese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called demos.
And the Vacholiers you mentioned?
The Vacholians, halfway between Type A and the Racial Cauldron. Two makes to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
That's quite a claim.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
I'm pretty sure history hasn't lasted that long.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over. Like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone.
Gross.
Wake up, naive Chespius.
That revolution sounds like it was actually very good and necessary. No, actually, what was this revolution?
The revolution.
I don't know
came
enough
from
about it.
Vachol from Grad, in Zaraz ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness. A prion disease that
What?
leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary prion condition passed from the Koiko to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade routes and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant.
The prime component of the potato plant is potato acid? Excuse me, buddy.
Enough of type mediocrity.
Okay, tell me about the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty, please.
Tips CF are a museum
I'll type C to
of
F.
chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
Well, I don't know what they fucking are. What do you mean chimeric experiments?
Lesser races like the mosquito.
What?
Grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Semenese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Semenese.
Like a
The
Pokemon?
way around, they fail to produce offspring.
Like a liger?
The mosquito is born sterile,
Ah.
like a donkey.
That's another good example.
All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
I think you mean mule. Isn't it mules that are a cross between like a horse and a donkey and those are sterile?
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Maybe I've misunderstood something, but aren't humans too similar to produce genetically sterile offspring?
You are right. You have misunderstood.
Bruh.
You lack basic phylogenetic education.
Any more?
Then there is the Seminokoiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Seminokoiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic site.
Aesthetic. Yes.
The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of
Racial
crossing Seminese
scientists?
with the Koiko to produce a super worker of Seminese strength and great servility.
Yeah, that's how genetics work, yes.
This will never happen. The Simonese and the Koiko may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito. We will never know precisely. No Simonese man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a Koiko woman or Koika.
What?
But enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of Type F. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on?
Okay, now we've been through all the types. Do I understand advanced race theory?
You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
And how do I word the mystery?
You need to internalize what you have heard here today.
Okay.
Then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly.
Whew. Let's talk about something else.
I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
I'm going to go. Fuck me.